Greetings, mortals. I am Nathas, the ruler of the underworld. And for God's sakes, we actually did. We are actually going on the normal pacing when it comes to manga reviews. We didn't waste an entire week waiting until the next review. We can literally do it normally now. Alright, this is good sign that we will be continuing this pace forward about issues. And let's hope it remains for at least a year. But regardless, let's get into this section, which is My Hero Academia, chapter 378, chapter titled The Story of How We All Became Heroes, Part 4. So I guess this is becoming like a Bleach thing at this point, where, we had like Bleach had, when he had those fights that kind of connected one another, they had like numbers before it. I mean, some of it. It's not like every single time there's a fight. Like, I think 3 chapters usually did have the same title, but like long chapters usually had the same thing, as well as JoJo. I think JoJo's uh, titles were literally just the enemy they were facing and how many chapters it was with that anime. It was really weird, like in between chapters, because you don't really see that character appear until like the very end, or like just barely. But yeah, I guess we'll still continue with the number thing, and to be fair, this does make sense why this would be the title. Or it could just be laziness. Like Hakoshi, she thought this chapter could work so well for so many things planned in the future, so he just decided to, oh no, I'm just gonna reuse it, just add parts to it. But yeah, anyways, we start this chapter off in the investigation headquarters with the police and everyone. As there we have La Brava on her private desk in the corner saying, "This takes me back to when I was a shonen." Which is true, like, she's literally put aside from them. I mean, I guess it's because she could work privately. To be fair, she does have her own monitors, but still kind of weird how they're kind of putting her aside. And then we have some other guys who are there screaming like, "Communications are jammed, we can't get through to them. Dispatch reinforcements to Gunga. The evacuation system is malfunctioning." So yeah, everything's going to shit. As then we have her saying, "I hacked into Feelgood's Inc. servers just to test my skills and replaced all their ads with Genriki Nekus." As she says that, as then we get a flashback to Skeptic. Remember that as he sees these Nekos, as he's like, "These long functions," and but that we have first Lamar continue with, "These long function are broad variable scopes. Your programming skills are just as bad as they were on that day." So yeah, Alabama is 10 times better than Skeptics when it comes to programming. And then we have Skeptics screaming, "That was you!" As he screams that, as we see this like little flashback to it. No, I do wonder if this was ever stated, because I can't remember any kind of thing with that. Although there is a bit of an editor's note here that says this mascot, the one that she's referring to, debuted in volume 19, which is where the Gentle Above story arc went, so I probably have to go back, but I do not think this might have been actively said there. But anyways, they also get like a bit of a destiny little by editors, like these two were supposed to do this, which, not gonna lie, it's kind of, again, false, kinda. Not sure if this was supposed to be like a bit more established earlier on, but staying on this for like kind of feel forced. I mean, this is the like failure that he is referring to, because remember in the Metal Liberation Army arc, Skeptic did say that he only failed once, so maybe not be able to get rid of this. I was there, have Skeptic screaming, is like, "Do you have any idea how much that cost me?" As they have Roger saying to him, "Oh, sorry about that." As then we see even putting in more of those videos, those cats that are like dancing. As then Skeptic's like, "Stop it, don't make them dance, that to the pump, pump," as he's screaming. So it's also extremely hilarious. Like, I mean, this comedy kind of works, very subway. This, as they have Skeptic realizing on the situation, it's like, this is bad. She's taking over everything. However, I think we have Skeptic like turning a few things into his gorilla minions, as he's like, I just need to ensure that she doesn't gain access to UA evacuation system. You found out my location. Sent to hell with you. All I need is to do is run away. The flames of the ocean will burn forever. So yeah, he's all go crazy eyes, but he does have a certain point. And then we have some security guy be like, Tsukauchi-san, UA is in free fall. In a few minutes, it's going to crash. We get this very again one of those like weird panels where you have a hard time. It's hard to tell where the perspective is, where it feels like UA is like 4 times bigger than the rest of the city or what. But needless to say, we get the shot, and yeah, it's dangerous. As they will see another guy screaming, Aiba, you gotta do something now! As if Laval telling him, the impact from earlier scrambled the entire system. I need to write a new program that can work with what's left. But it can't be done in time. So she says that, as then we see this guy saying, I knew it. Entrusting our last line of defense to an imprisoned villain was a mistake. As they have Chikuchi looking at him and then looking down a bit. Now, I really have to wonder what the hell does this guy think she can do? Like, she said what she can do to stop it. The problem is that the time, which, considering what everyone's doing right now, is pretty much, well, isn't exactly the biggest option. Like, do you have a person that can, like, jump and help with delay? Do you know how to do this faster? Nope. So I guess you better just shut up, then, you idiot. As then we have Tsukauchi saying and giving this guy, I guess, a bit of a. I'm hoping this guy a little bit of a reminder. Is he says a crime is the crime. That past won't go away, but there's something more to it. So yeah, he's like just yeah, crime's a crime, but there's nothing thing that can, but there is something that can change it, or at least something future that can change it. As then we see him remembering Oyama, which makes sense because committing a crime and now trying to do good is a thing that's connects them together. And then we get, I believe, Shigaraki is lines during the middle of the Panam Liberation War, as we see the UA falling, as we see Shigaraki and Deku on the floor, as those lines are saying, after all, I'm your villain. I don't care if you don't understand. That's what makes us heroes and villains. As we see heroes with Izuku's because raining of energy and villains with Shirake. So yeah, this guy got a bit more into detail about the whole heroes and villains being two sides of the same coin situation, which makes sense. What there's something this would be kind of discussed in this kind of situation. Anyway, then we see Mandalay, Kaminari, that manga guy, and the other, I guess, battery focus heroes that will put on more battery focus assignments. As Manning tells them, the system is down, brace for impact. It's coming like, what's going on? Gua, whoa, prepare to fight. So yeah, they're getting ready. As then we have someone screaming, what? Twice? As if the manga be like, Monogma. As if coming up be like, Mr. Aizawa. So yeah, I guess these guys are gonna go up against Twices, which to be fair makes sense. I mean, all of them are wide range quirk users, so it makes sense they would be the one to destroy someone whose biggest problem is the more the fact that it's difficult to get to the enough destroy enough of them for them not to make more of themselves. And then we see some of the U.S. military guys being watching there. As they're like, Ethan, and one is like, Ethan, should we fire lasers? As they're on the response with, what if we hit our allies? Dang it! Since it's just as likely that destroying Twice clones could just as likely end up with Monomine Azabians as well. As there have someone saying, if they hack into X66 fires, it's over. Don't worry, that was dealt with by La Brava. At least there's one positive thing, I guess, the same person did. As then we have the other guy, the guy who I think who had the most focus. I mean, probably has his name revealed as well, but I can't remember. It's like, no, maybe it's even Ethan. As he says, wait, is that? As then we see some almost gentlemanly dressed person then bouncing up and down towards UA. As there we see Skeptic freaking out and being in stalemate as he sees a group of people standing facing him. As we see someone saying, "Your location was broadcasted to everyone, Skeptic." As we see Miss Joke, Hound Dog, and Sinjo, I believe, the guy with the kind of earthquake-like work from the Shikatsu, not Shikatsu, from the school that Miss Joke's from. Kind of weird that you had literally these three together to go up against Skeptic of all fucking people. As we have Miss Joke saying to him, "We happen to be nearby, so we are gonna bring you in now." Which I guess kind of meant this is like one dispatch force that was up against some villains, because we do actually see that a few of them are beaten up. So I'm guessing this is like a force that just defeated all their villains and just headed to Skeptic's direction. So yeah. Anyways, there have Hound Dog be like, as he's like removing his muzzle, be like, "Good grief, talk about karma." As then he remembers upperhanding Gentle. So I guess he knows, oh shit, those two are the only ones that we can rely on to save the day here. Anyways, yeah, Takeuchi reporting it, "We are counting on you, Tobita." As there we see La Brava, AO hearts and all blushes, like, "Do your best, Gentle!" So yeah, as there we see Gentle waving there, and he always seems to be emitting some smoke, which I believe is just La Brava's quirk, which gotta give La Brava's quirks the credit when it comes to range. I mean, I don't remember what her stats were, but the fact that these two might literally be in several city blocks away, possibly even on the other side when it comes to this stuff, it's really impressive how her quirk is still active and as powerfully as it is. So yeah, although that might not be the only thing that's gonna be referring here. Anyways, then we see Gentle saying, "But of course, I must repay my debt to him," referring to Izuku. As then we cut to a bit of flashback, and we get a bit of an explanation on what was I guess going on. Like I expected it to be. Whether I expected it to be more in the beginning of the chapter, but the middle of it is fine as well. As then we have around a month and a half ago, as we see a prison having a big boom, as it stared in Mikuzu prison right after Tartarus was attacked. As we see like a few prison guards getting killed by some villains, and I think the giant, the Nomu that's been, that like weirdly shaped one, Nomu. As we have someone saying that God Star has been destroyed, and some guys are oh. As we see Muscular there, be like, "They're all of you are free. Go and do as you like. It's time to go wild." A plane is dispatching. Not sure if that's Moscow on that plane. Or the Moscow just kind of jumped away from it or something. As there we see some person who's standing there, be like, "Are we really free to go? This isn't a dream, is it?" So yeah, they're very shocked that they're being allowed to go free, which should be free. You're not allowed to go free. You're just being broken out of. As there we see some of the villains, they'll be like, "I'll kill that bastard that snitched on me. Where is he? The only one who stabbed me in the back." Uh, what's happening in the outside world? So yeah, they're all kind of getting ready for excitement, getting the payback and revenge, all that stuff. Although consider some of your desires, I feel like some of the people you're trying to kill might actually be either in prison with you guys. Oh, well, I guess not because of the prisoners, but still, it's possible there would be somewhere. You just have met each other, managed to get to one another. Although, or maybe you could just have been, not allowed to kill with one another because of, prison. Or maybe some other person being broke off this way of staying there. As there we see someone, trying to stop them. Well, not a prisoner. As there we see one guy be like, "Who the hell are you?" As there we see Gentle nervous and trembling. Is he like, are all of you really okay with that?" So he's like aware of the danger that he's putting himself in while he's trying to stop them or reason with them. As there we see that gorilla police officer. He's a literal gorilla, by the way, saying to him, The only people who say that they can turn their lives around are the ones with no real desire to change. They are they are too impatient. They want the results right away. I made so basically a flashback to that scene, which I think was at the end of the Culture Festival arc. As they have for gentle steering his nerves and remind himself, I made many mistakes and I don't have to the courage to stop. As they see that guy who was asking how he's doing, kinda made his quirks guy going to kill him. As he tells him, of course we are, you bastard! As they we have Jump remembering Izuku's words as Izuku during their fight. As Izuku says, I want to be the guy who shows them all a bright future. As they have Gentle resolve being stalled, with his mustache and hair being in the wave. Getting ready for a fight. As they have Gentle thinking of himself as he's activating his quirk, I think underwater or something. As it says, my only happiness was the thought of you at my side. As then we cut to a scene at the result as we see all of the prisoners, all prisoners pretty much restrained multiple different ways. As Gentle is just kind of sitting there all bloody and just waiting for the police to come and settle the situation. Now, some people were questioning if Gentle can really do it. Like, what the hell is up with the power scaling and all? But I would like to remind all of you, this is just a random prison that most likely contained the same level criminals as the USJ underlings that were literally beaten by every single hero captor there. And Janto is someone who went up against an Izuku who could use Ultron all over his body without the danger of his fingers breaking being the limit to his uses. Needless to say, in every perspective way, Gentle was the big fish in that prison in terms of power, and it's like he left unscathed, unscratched there. So I really don't know if people would if there's anything wrong with Gentle being able to do this. I feel like this is just confirming that Gentle was indeed a powerful person, even if he was supposed to be more of a joke villain. So, anyways, then we have some police guy reports. He says jailbreaks occurred at 7 different prisons, and only this one had no escapees. As then we have the gorilla, and I think Tsukauchi be there. As the gorilla's like, "What can we do for you, Tobita?" As he's asking, "All right, you did us a lot big service. I guess you should get some privileges here." As they have Gento just saying as he's saying there's like, I want to see La Brava. And after that, I'm assuming this is gonna be resolved in a couple of chapters, probably being something connected to thanking Zuko for stopping him or stuff like that. As then we have the end of the previous lines, as we have Gento thinking himself, the time we spent apart made our love grow even stronger as we get like a wonderful little panel with LaBrava and Gentle. Not really look at each other, but kind of like portrays the two are looking at each other. And we have LaBrava saying to Gentle, I was such a fool. Your happiness is my happiness, Gentle. Which honestly, I feel this might be something that Gentle should have said because his plan was like, I'm gonna say I just brainwashed her. That she had nothing to do with this. Although I do have to wonder if she really was locked up in a prison again. Like, her crime is, well, aside from hacking Happy Ink Company, and I do not know if that would even be broadcasted publicly, was literally, you kept, you prevented us from deleting his videos and filmed him. That's really it. Like, yeah, if anything, you bring us evidence for the crimes. But yeah, as they will see, gentle, I think what I guess his super move is he says super gentle lover. As then we have gentle using his powers to I guess to kind of like I want to say have like this field like jumping, so it's only there's like so as it falls down, it just kind of jumps in the air, or maybe like in the actually it bounces on the air so it doesn't hit everything. As Gentle said, like, young man, are you still fighting to protect someone's smile? And wait, does Gentle actually know Izuku's name? I mean, I know the Bob recognized him, but I don't think she said his name. Anyways, then we have Gento remembering that moment where he truly failed when it comes to saving someone. Well, where he caused someone's death because he just wanted to activate because sees someone in danger and he wanted to activate his quirk, stop it because he can. As then Gento says, at that moment, I tried to save a man from falling. As then Mandalay, they're saying, "We've been saved." It's like the air turned into some kind of trampoline. So yeah. As they have Izuku here thinking, a trampoline made of air? As you remember, oh right, Gentle, that guy I beat during before the culture festival. As then we have Gentle saying, I really want to save him. So yeah, referring to I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't want him to die. I literally just wanted to save that person. As then Izuku's like, Gentle. So yeah, as then we have Lariat being like, "Boy, this is bad." As he's bringing him back to real, this moment, oh shit, you have Shiraki to deal with. As then Lariat says, "He's moving again. Their fusion has been undone. Even though we adverted the crash, if he touches the ground, it will all be for enough." As they would see a bullet flying through, ripping Shigaraki's hand. As we see a familiar-looking bullet made of hair piercing through as Tsukauchi is continuing speaking and telling us Izuku's to their shock is like Tsukauchi is saying, if I were to quote a friend of mine, no matter what lines they've crossed, they are still human. And that's something we can never forget. As we have Labava still working on there, as we see Omai with a briefcase walking to something. Not sure this is a flashback panel to something that has already happened, or if this is supposed to just be kind of foreshadowing for what Omai's gonna do in the future. Like honestly, I could see Omai having like one final talk with Shiraki. I mean, that was kind of hinted at during the end of the All for One fight. Is it in season 3? When Gather said he's nothing but a villain. If you use your own personal emotions, it's gonna end badly. So I do want this is foreshadowing. As then we see what looks to be across a few cities to wherever they are. As we see a barrel there, kind of bandaged up, as it says, "We mustn't forget that deep inside their hearts, as they have that thing we call an origin." I feel as such this is gonna be something different in the official editions, but regardless, as we see Lady Nagant Gaunt standing there all bandaged up, what literally looks to be through her entire body, as she was the one who shot it, as she's, I guess, building at a hospital there. I'm wondering if they were also gonna get a flashback to her going up there, or if that was always planned, because, not gonna lie, the rain and the state that she's in, and the fact there's like no medical or anyone like watching over her, makes me think this was kind of like a run run at it from your hospital bed kind of situation. So regardless, she's there. She took fire and blew off Shigaraki's hand to prevent him from decaying. Not sure how much of an effect that's gonna be, especially since regeneration and arms coming out, as if it's gonna be some kind of weird annoying hindrance where for some fucking reason the guy is not able to use their full power. Yeah, you really have to wonder how many situations would have been solved if the villains were just allowed to use their full power in a battle. It's similar to Magna and Dante, where for some fucking reason Dante doesn't use any form of his. Wait, no, did he use black hole? Because I'm pretty sure he literally just used the wave, like, fall down gravity, because I don't think he used the black orb thing. But yeah, I don't think he used that black orb thing. But regardless, it is we have this situation as we have the I don't know chapter there should be like she joins the battle. I don't know how much she's gonna be able to do, but to be fair, she's a long range fighter. Her whole thing is firing bullets, so she might actually be able to do stuff like this. Although I gotta give her plus points on her side, because my god, that looks to be over at least a few cities with how far she had to shoot. So yeah, end of chapter. All in all, this was a decent chapter. And I feel like wrapped up the Skeptic storyline, which to be fair makes sense. I mean, it's not like it was much of a combated. We got the flashback with Gentle, and we got La Brava and him returning, so it's nice. And I'm not a big fan when villains turn to good guys, but I do understand why these two have those moments, and it was foreshadowed. Like, you cannot deny it was foreshadowed. Although it does make me wonder if Overhaul's also gonna be doing something. I mean, to follow through on what they established earlier. But yeah, we'll see on that front. So yeah. Anyways, what's gonna happen next in next chapter? I'm guessing the fight may continue. Maybe we're gonna start into our like final batches of fights. Possibly, I'm not really certain. I mean, the way I could see it is like about going through, as well as giving a bit of explanation on how Lena Gunn is in this and all. But I could also see something else kind of going. We'll see on that front. So, anyways, I hope you like this reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts in the chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.